Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. After closing due to the spread of the coronavirus, Capron Park Zoo has reopened to the public. Several measures have been implemented in order to encourage social distancing. DoubleACS stopped by to get the details.
I'm Melanie Fernandez, Curator of Education at Capron Park Zoo, and looks like we're finally ready to reopen. It's been a long 3 months for us. Some of our staff were sent home as non-essential. We had some staff on leave anyways, so it's kind of been one of those do what we can type things. The animals received the same level of care that they have always received. The nationally accredited standards have been continued the entire time that we've been on COVID, so our staff has been here the whole time. Of course, there's been special precautions taken. We have to wear masks, as you can see, whether we're in a building or outside of a building, and certainly if we're working around the animals, because as everyone knows, it has been shown that various species can contract this illness, and in order to prevent that from happening, we have to wear heavy-duty masks when we're working in animal areas. The big standards right now with the state for reopening is that masks are mandatory, whether you're in a building or not. We actually are not allowed to have our buildings open at this time, and we're at 20% capacity for visitors coming in, which is around 450 people. So if you do plan on coming to the zoo when it reopens, is keep that in mind. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to do timed ticket sales. So when you come, be aware that you may have to wait in a line to get in. We will have counting happening at both the entrance and the exit, so we can get people in as quickly as possible. The other thing that is a state mandate is COVID tracking. So one person from each group will be required to give a name and either email or phone number for the Massachusetts state COVID tracking system. Again, that's not our rule, that is the state regulation. We have no choice in that. As far as what we've done to keep our visitors safe, we actually shifted our entrance area to the far end of the building instead of through the gift shop as it was in the past. So there'll only be an entrance on one end of the building, and the gift shop will only be an exit now. We will have gift shop in there, so you'll have a gift shop area plus a fast track exit area, and we set up a peripheral gift shop area in the amphitheater on the far side of the otters. Now, again, because of state regulations, the splash pad will not be open quite yet. Neither is the contact yard where the alpacas are. The coin-operated rides are closed, and as I said, the buildings are all closed at this time. Of course, as Massachusetts reopens, that kind of thing will change as we go along, but for right now, that's where we are. The other thing is that there is a one-way path through the zoo, the areas that you can view at this time. We have barriers up and signs indicating where you want to go. We've also had to add some additional barriers in front of animal exhibits so that we can keep our animals safe from this illness just as much as we keep people safe from it. So things like the kangaroos, who are especially susceptible to New World illnesses or Old World illnesses because they are from Australia, have extra barriers, and of course cats have extra barriers, that kind of thing. Since we still don't know what animals can and can't contract this, we have to act as if everybody can contract it, and we're planning things accordingly to keep them safe as well as people and staff safe. We do have additional hand sanitizer stations up around the zoo, but we would definitely encourage parents to try to keep their children from touching high contact areas, although of course we'll be disinfecting periodically throughout the day with major sanitations at night and first thing in the morning, just to be sure. It's just safer, as with everything nowadays, to try to keep your kids from not touching areas. I realize that's a challenge, especially with little ones, but we encourage that. As I said, masks are required unless you have a medical reason for not wearing one. It's inconvenient, but it keeps everybody safe, including the animals, which is our biggest reason for wearing them at this point. The other big thing when you come to the zoo is just please be patient. We can only have 450 visitors in the zoo at a time right now. So you may come and you may have to wait for 30 minutes or so to get into the zoo. Hopefully not. We're going to try to do the best we can to keep people going in and out as quickly as we can, but everybody's allowed to spend as much time in the zoo as they want.